Artificial stone countertops can be found in many kitchens and bathrooms. They're easy to clean and usually cheaper than natural stone. But workers who cut and polish them for consumers may be putting their health at risk. I took a look at why an incurable disease is striking dozens of California's countertop workers. Catching some fresh outdoor air is a treat for Fernando Bustos-Mondragon, LA resident and father of 4. He's usually inside, tethered to this oxygen machine.
Ese es un control.
This is the control, and when I feel agitated in my breathing, I can increase the oxygen. Life wasn't always like this for 51-year-old Bustos-Mondragon. Before he got sick, he spent almost 20 years cutting and grinding synthetic stone countertops for bathrooms and kitchens like this.
Era pesado, pero pues me acostumbré.
It was hard work, but I got used to it, and I liked it because it allowed me to carry my family forward. But in 2022, doctors diagnosed him with a lung disease called silicosis. There's no cure, and it results in a slow suffocation. They linked it to his work cutting, polishing synthetic countertop, similar to what you see here, which have high concentrations of the mineral silica. Those tiny dust particles lodged in his lungs, permanently scarring them. Bustos-Mondragon says he wore protection at work, but he wasn't told about any dangers of handling synthetic stone.
En realidad creíamos que era.
We thought it was sufficient to wear a mask, and we were wearing goggles to prevent a piece of rock from hitting us. Since 2019, the California Department of Public Health has identified 95 cases of stone countertop workers developing the disease. 10 have since died. More than 60% of cases are in the San Fernando Valley, where many stone fabrication shops are located. Dr. Jane Fazio, a UCLA pulmonary specialist, has studied dozens of engineered stone workers with silicosis. She says the disease isn't new, but is resurfacing because artificial stone is becoming popular, and it's impacting mostly young Latino immigrant men.
Because of the materials that are much higher in silica content than your average marble or granite, and that's really what's driving these high exposure levels and making it nearly impossible for workers to protect themselves.
A health epidemic alarming California's workplace regulator, CalOSHA, which estimates over 70% of fabrication shops are not complying with safety rules. It recently adopted new emergency requirements to better protect workers.
So that is to go out and proactively look at these countertop shops.
Eric Berg with the agency says officials can now do inspections on the spot and issue citations. Employers must also use wet methods to help suppress dust and give workers more protections, such as air purifying respirators. But some blame the epidemic on the manufacturers of engineered stone, including lawyer James Nevin. He claims they didn't provide customers with crucial information on how to protect workers' health and is representing multiple sickened workers, including Bustos-Mondragon, suing over 24 companies for negligence and product liability.
The hope is that the manufacturers will stop selling this deadly product, right? There's perfectly good other alternative. They can sell natural stone.
Spectrum News 1 reached out to all the companies named in Bustos-Mondragon's lawsuit, and only Caesar Stone responded, saying that it does not comment on ongoing litigation. But the industry group Silica Safety Coalition told Spectrum News 1 this is an avoidable safety issue, and workplace overexposure to respirable silica dust during stone fabrication cutting and resulting silica diseases like silicosis is preventable through compliance with state and federal OSHA regulations. Back at home, Bustos-Mondragon says relying on oxygen means he can't really play with his kids anymore, and he can't work, so his 2 oldest daughters are supporting the family while he waits for a lung transplant.
Espero que mi vida cambie cuando.
I really hope my life changes when I get the call that I can receive my new lungs. A life in limbo, tethered to this machine. LA County officials have considered banning artificial stone, but there are concerns from labor and business groups about taking such a measure. Now, in December, Australia banned engineered stone completely, the first country in the world to do so.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you then.